Carolina Panthers are 5.5 point underdogs on the road at the Las
Ugh,
Vegas Raiders. No one wants us to bet the Panthers. No one wants to talk about the Panthers.
nope.
Simon is getting accosted in South Jersey coffee shops
It's
about our
true.
Panthers bets in week one. This is why I don't leave my house. Uh, it's another game that we discussed on Sunday night. At the time, you liked the Raiders at -7, but that's before the Andy Dalton news. Now we have Andy Dalton. Like, the trends back the Panthers here.
All of it does, Chad. There's a million reasons to bet the Panthers here. And I mean, you talked a little bit about it earlier. Pro Football Focus has the Panthers rated out as the fifth best pass blocking offensive line right now in football. They have the same numbers we do, right? They have a lot of analytic people hired on this Carolina staff. That to me is why they made the Bryce Young move, where they're just like, everything this guy does has been a negative, right? Everything he's doing for our team is a negative right now. So um, to me, this is the right move. It's not one that I would have made, though, right? If this was my team, again, this is just from my perspective. I knew the minute he came out there last year, this guy probably was not a starter in this league, and we talked about it. But I viewed it of he could be like a Minshew, right? You can build an offense around him if you put the right pieces and have him the best scenario. He's not even that. I mean, just watching these first two games, like he just looks so totally lost. So the fact that this line moved a point and a half, or 2 points at some books, well, they took out Bryce Young and put in Andy Dalton, who, Andy Dalton we thought was washed 3-4 years ago. And I just think that's incredibly telling to Bryce Young. And, the Panthers, this is a tough pill to swallow, but I do think this is the right move. Unless their goal is to get the number one pick. If it is, why would you not play Bryce Young the rest of the year? But me and you, our hesitation here, I don't know if you still have it. My hesitation is the Panthers defense. That's my
Yes.
worry here, Chad, is okay, maybe this does have some major fixes on this offense. Defensively, what do they have? Like, what is the player on their defense that can kind of get stops when they need to stop on third down? Who is the cornerback they can rely on? I know we all thought it was going to be Joe Horn, but I mean, in this system, it doesn't really matter. It's just I can't get there with this Panthers team still. I think the lines moved too much. That if it was Andy Dalton and they still gave us the 7, I would have been about it. But now that it's down to 5, 5.5, it's like, you know what? I only moved a half a point. I told you Sunday night I had this number at 6. I only moved a half a point for Andy Dalton, so I moved it to 5.5. So it's like, okay, the value to me, if it's 5, it's on the Raiders. If it's 5.5, there is no value. So just not a game I'm really excited about. But I get why the pros came in really quick and did hit the 7, because to me that's a good number with Andy Dalton. But at this number, Chad, I don't know. I'm just not feeling confident in taking it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're having us walk away from it. We're being disciplined about the 5.5 and not seeing the value there. To your point, they traded away Brian Burns. He's on the Giants now. He was their best pass rusher. They still had some hope for an interior pass rush with Derek Brown. Derek Brown out for the season now because of an injury. So this is a real challenge for this team. Their pass rush and their pressure is atrocious. Just 8.5% pressure rate on opposing quarterbacks. That's the worst in the league. And the secondary really doesn't have anything. They just haven't been able
And
to
we've
make
seen
any
it 2 weeks in
plays.
a row, though, right, Chad? With Minshew, if he has a clean pocket, he can move the ball. Like, he
Yes.
has tremendous trust right now in Bowers and Devontae Adams. And we saw that last game against the Ravens where it took them a while to get into a rhythm. But once they did get in that rhythm, that second half, that's a really high functioning offense when it's all going smoothly. So, yeah, it's a scary, scary spot. So I want to be on the Panthers. But, yeah, like Chad said, I agree. I think the numbers move too much.